So here we have 335 grams of plain flour. And to that, I'm actually going to add a teaspoon of dry yeast, as well as just a teaspoon of some salt. I'm always wary about salt, so I try to cut down as much as I can. But you can. I don't think that's 1 teaspoon, but hey, that's what I want. And then also a teaspoon of sugar. And I would do that's enough. So here you have the 335 grams of plain flour, 1 teaspoonful of the dry yeast, 1 teaspoonful of sugar, as well as a teaspoonful of salt. And I've just placed that in my mixer, which I'm just going to mix together now. And whilst that's mixing, I'm actually using the bread hook for this one. I'm going to add about 1 tablespoonful of olive oil, which is just perfect. So you can just mix and then add about 200 milliliters of warm water. And I've actually just placed on a low setting because I don't want all the flour and everything to actually go everywhere. Now this is a Syrian recipe that I'm using, and I'm making. So here I've actually placed on a low setting. You can see it's perfectly mixed, and I'm just going to increase it now. And I'm going to leave this to actually mix for at least for about 5-6 minutes. I want it to be silky, I want it to be smooth, and I want it to be stretchy as well. So here you have your bread mix, and as you can see, it's just perfect now, loving all the little grains that I can see. So yes, what I'm actually going to do is I'm actually going to roll it into a ball on a flat surface, roll it into a ball, and just leave it to proof or to rise, so which means it will double up in size. Now I'm a bit lazy, so instead I actually do it in the mixer as well. So I just add a little bit of flour and I just roll it into the bowl and leave it there. There's no point in removing it and putting another bowl and then removing it from another bowl back into, no, it's too much. It has to be easy, but of course equally tasty, never compromising on the flavor or the taste or the process at all whatsoever. That's a problem when you're trying to film with one hand and scoop something with the other hand. It's always a bit of a challenge. We'll get there. There we go. Yeah. So here we have it. Right, I had to give up because I want to show this, so definitely I have to roll it for you to see. So there we go. So you see it's just forming to that perfect bowl there. I'm just going to leave this to rise now. Here we go. Look at that beauty. That's stunning, isn't it? Just back into the mixer it goes, and I'm actually going to cover it with some cling film and leave it in a warm place for about an hour and a half, and it will double up in size, and then we up for more. So here we have the bread dough, and you can see it's now doubled up in size, which is just perfect. Now, what I'm actually going to do, I'm going to use a slate to bake this. Yes, you heard me right, a slate. And I'm just going to actually dust it with a bit of flour. And then going to place my bread dough on there and roll it. Use a rolling pin and just roll it into a lovely circle, because that's what I want. So there you are, my dodgy circle, but that works for me. And yes, so to this, well, I've just rolled it on there just so I can get the shape, and I'm actually preheating the slate. So I'm putting it in the oven for 220 degrees for about 15 minutes. Before I actually add the dough. So here I have got the dough that I've rolled, and all I'm just doing is using my fingers to actually indent, just create some indentation, and I'm actually going to brush it with some extra virgin oil. Now what this is going to do, this is going to help, so when I actually add the herbs, it would stick to it as well, and it's quite yummy and it makes it moist and perfect. And you can see that the dough is soft and it's nice. Look at that, just going to brush it all make sure that I don't leave any part out. So just brush it evenly, just as I've done. Don't overdo it. And now I'm going to show you how to make za'atar. So to that, I've got about 150 grams of sesame seeds. And then I'm actually going to add 150 grams of wild dried thyme. It's beautiful, and I prefer to use the wild one because I think it's punchy. Then it has that flavor and that extra wildness about it, so it's yummy. I like that. And yeah, so I've got the thyme here, and I'm also going to add a little bit of a twist. I'm going to add some oregano, some dried oregano, and some marjoram. These are readily available in your local supermarket, so you can definitely grab some. And then to the good old sumac, which actually has a lemony taste to it, and it's beautiful. It's a Middle Eastern spice, and it's just beautiful, especially when you actually top it over your salads and stuff. It's yummy. And I'm just going to add about 2 tablespoonfuls of salt to this. It's just because that's the flavor I want. You want it tangy, slightly a bit on the salty side. I know I keep talking about not adding too much salt, but this you do need. But I mean, then again, you can actually take it out. It's not a problem. And I'm going to mix everything together. And that's actually my za'atar mix, and it's beautiful. I sort of grew up with this because I did spend some time with a Lebanese family briefly, and that is what, like, for breakfast we always used to have this on the flatbread. So I'm definitely inspired by this, definitely. So yes, yeah, I have got my za'atar, and whatever is left, I can actually put in an airtight container. That could last me for about 4 weeks anyway. Airtight container because you don't want the whole spice and everything to go. And I'm just going to evenly distribute my za'atar mix all over my bread now. Now, if you notice, I've actually taken the slate out, so it is hot. And so, of course, the reason why I've actually made it hot first is just so that it cooks the base and the base becomes crispy. The worst thing you want is actually to have a soggy base. Now, I've actually found here some smoked mozzarella that my husband got me from Italy, and I'm actually going to drizzle this on top of it. Yes, yes, yes. Now, the thing is, I'm just going to drizzle this on top of it, and I'm going to bake it till it actually goes all brown. And I want that to use for my salad later. So even though it's going to be on the bread, I'm going to take it out and actually add it to my salad. And it's just going to be really, really, really yummy because it's going to have that smokiness and tanginess. And that's exactly what I like about adding flavors and enhancing the natural flavors of things. So I'm just going to place this on the oven, and that should cook for about, 25 minutes on a gas heat of about 200 degrees Celsius. And here we have it. My za'atar mix is ready, and you can see the brown, perfect smoked mozzarella. So now I'm going to make my salad, and to that I've got some chopped cucumber, some tomatoes, and shallots. And I've taken the mozzarella bits out of the za'atar and I've added it to this. I'm going to add everything, adding the cucumber, the tomatoes, and the onions together. I'll drizzle with a little bit of olive oil and then just mix everything together. Now, there is no need for me to add any salt or anything because there's salt and everything already in the za'atar mix. And yeah, just drizzle it over. That's just beautiful. That is just yummy. I like this, actually. I mean, you can have this on its own again, You can just have it like that for your lunch or work. And that would be yummy, actually. So, yeah, so for 200 degrees for about 25 minutes, there we have it. And look how beautiful it is. That is just stunning. You can just count. I wish you could actually just smell the freshness of the dough, the bread, and that sort of tangy, almost aromatic taste of the spices that's actually layered on top of it. It is beautiful. I love it. I really, really, really do. And yeah, I'm actually just using my own little pizza cutter. And I'm actually just going to cut a slice because I want you to see the base to know that, yes, this has actually been done really well. And I hope you are inspired by my recipes and I hope you do try them. Most of the ingredients and stuff, if you don't have any, just try and find a substitute for it. And look at how beautiful that is. You see, I told you. Oh, look at that. And it's just perfect. It's exactly how I wanted it as well. So yes, here you have my za'atar Za'Atar mix. So I call it Za'Atar on a bread, on a flatbread. And there it is, just so beautiful, you know. I've enjoyed actually having you guys again. It's in Dubai Fafa on my Facebook and Instagram pages and on my blog, you know, and I really enjoy making these videos, and I hope you do share, subscribe, tell everybody about it, and thank you very much for watching. It's in Dubai Fafa. Cheerio.